Kyle Lowry scored a season-high 28 points as the Miami Heat took advantage of the Cleveland Cavaliers playing on the second night of a back-to-back, rolling over the sluggish Cavaliers 129-96 on Wednesday. Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat basketball channel. My name is Amir. Just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there watching. Thank you for the continued support of the channel. If you guys could please subscribe to the channel, that would mean a lot to me. So I hope everyone is having a nice day with their friends or family. So last night, the Miami Heat absolutely destroyed the Cleveland Cavs. They were shorthanded, but so were the Miami Heat. Kyle Lowry elevated the Miami Heat on the road and had his best game in a Miami Heat jersey. He looked like vintage Kyle Lowry from 7 years ago, where he was aggressive, efficient, and decisive. He made 7 3-pointers and scored a season-high 28 points for the Heat. He was just outstanding. He was 9 for 15 from the field, 7 for 10 from 3, and 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and 0 turnovers. He had 3 assists only, but still no turnovers. Huge game from the Miami Heat's floor general. He hit 5 threes in the first quarter alone. He went 5 for 6. So the fact that he took 6 in the first quarter and made 5 of them was quite ridiculous, but refreshing to see, as the Miami Heat, again, were slightly shorthanded. So the Miami Heat were missing Tyler Herro, obviously, who's been out a few weeks with the ankle injury. They were also missing Bam Adebayo and Kevin Love. So a lot of firepower and offensive capability was missing. So Kyle definitely needed to step up, which he did. So huge night for Kyle in the absence of the Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo. So with Bam out, Kyle knew he had the opportunity to get more shots, and he took that opportunity. So happy to see him play well, especially because Jaime was absent yesterday. He didn't really play too well. I mean, he was playing more of a playmaker, I guess. Him and Kyle kind of switched roles. Jaime scored only 10 points, but he also did have 9 assists, so he was being a little more unselfish last night, but he just wasn't really playing with a lot of effort. He was 3 for 12 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. So didn't get a big effort with Jaime as you thought you would, especially with Bam being out and Tyler, but Kyle saved the day, as well as the bench and our backup bigs. So Miami, who's been playing really well, they've won 9 out of the last 10 and could have had a 10-game winning streak if we didn't blow a 22-point lead against the Bulls on the road. But either way, after starting 1-4, the Miami Heat are on a tear, and that's because of their depth, honestly, and players like Bam Adebayo, who are stepping up, and Duncan Robinson, who's stepping up for Tyler Herro, and rookie Jaime Jaquez. I can't give him enough flowers for how well he's been playing. He had his best game as a pro with 22 points last night, and the Heat tied a franchise record with 8 players in double figures as their backups played the entire fourth quarter. So a lot of people that I want to focus on, of course, for this game. Jaime, of course, has been spectacular this season as a rookie, and everybody kept saying, like, he's a ready now player, he's a 4-year college player, he got a lot of experience, got far in the Final Four multiple times with UCLA, and that's showing that he is more mature. And it's funny to see that guys that don't necessarily dominate in college can come in at the NBA level and be good players like right away, which is wild against better competition. So he's been great. He had 22 points, but also 8 rebounds, 1 assist. He was 7 for 10 from the field, and the amazing stat was he was 4 for 4 from 3. also got to the free throw line. He was 4 for 5. He did have 6 turnovers. He is kind of turnover prone at times, and makes sloppy passes, or he makes decisions late sometimes because he is a rookie. The game's pretty fast, and so he had a couple bad passes that were intercepted that I recollect directly. But either way, no one expected Jaime to shoot this well from 3, and if he's able to spread the floor like he has been and shoot at a high clip like he has been from deep, then he is going to be playing 28 to 32 minutes all season long. He's getting the respect of Spo and his teammates, and defensively, he's been really good as well, which has been surprising. So that's good to see as well, that he's buying into the Heat culture and improving on the defensive end as well. So Jaime just crushing it. Thomas Bryant, Orlando Robinson both had really good games as they were thrusted into the rotation. They both have been out of the rotation. Specifically Robinson, he's only played a few games. Bryant was in the rotation initially, but has not really played much the last 4 or 5 games. But they both were needed as Kevin Love and Bam were out. And both of these fools cooked Mobley and Jared Allen, 2 really good defenders. And I was happy to see that these 2 were able to be as effective as they were against these elite defenders. So Thomas Bryant had 10 points, 7 boards, and he was 4 for 8 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 1 block, 1 steal. So really good minutes for him. Orlando Robinson, though, surprised us and played extremely well as well. He had 14 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 for 9 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. He had 2 blocks and a steal himself. So happy to see those 2 staying ready when their number was called and giving us 2 guys that are good post players that really rely on playing with their back to the basket and putting up some one-handed hook shots. And so it was good to see us get some points in the paint from those 2. Our bench just overall dominated. I mean, Caleb Martin had his best game so far, even though he wasn't super efficient from the field, but he had 14 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Josh Richardson also played really well off the bench, 14 points, 5 assists, 5 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. Good to see him shoot efficiently because he hasn't really been super efficient, even though he has been playing better overall. So our bench just destroyed the Cavs. They had like 60 points off the bench, which is kind of crazy. So happy to see the Heat were able to stop the Cavs winning streak. They were on a 4-game winning streak, and we stopped them. They were understandably tired after winning an overtime game at Philly on Tuesday night, the night before, and Garland scored 14 points. No one on the Cavs really scored a lot. I think Porter, their rookie, Craig Porter, scored a team high of 16 points. So that's how bad they did and how good Miami did defensively. But Darius Garland threw in 14 points. Evan Mobley had 13 to lead the starting lineup. The Cavs were down 22 going into the fourth quarter, so they pretty much waved the white flag and gave their starters some much-needed rest. But the Cavs were down by double digits the entire game. They were down by 11 after the first, 14 at halftime, and then that just exponentially went up. So Bam Adebayo sat out with a left hip bruise that he aggravated during a recent game. And Bam, unfortunate we didn't have him, but we didn't need him. So Bam leads the Heat in scoring, which is awesome, at 23 points per game, 10 rebounds. So happy to see that our defense was able to hold up without him in there. What else? Donovan Mitchell was out again for the Cavs, so they weren't at full strength. But again, neither were we. We didn't have Bam or Tyler or Kevin Love. So just happy that Kyle was terrific and was able to get out this victory for the Heat. The next game the Heat play is another in-season tournament game, the third game. They're going to be playing against the Knicks in New York, and then they're going to be following up on Saturday, so they're going to have a back-to-back against the Nets. So I think the Heat are currently in 4th place. I could be wrong. Let me double-check real quick the standings. 3rd seed, actually. Okay, so the Heat are now 10-5, and they are the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. The Magic are the 4th seed at 10-5 as well, which is surprising. They've been playing really good basketball. So up next is our New York trip, and I don't think the Knicks are that good. So I'm hoping we could pull off that victory, and then playing against the Nets on a back-to-back at Brooklyn is going to be tough. That might be a loss right there, because Brooklyn has been playing really good against the Heat over the last few seasons, so we'll see. But anyway, that's all I have for today's video. Just want to thank everybody again for watching, and want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving once again. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.